5 Scariest WWE Botches ever. Number 5. Brock Lesnar's Shooting Star Press. Brock Lesnar has admitted that trying the Shooting Star Press finisher at WrestleMania 19 during his WWE Championship match against Kurt Angle was one of the worst regrets of his career. Kurt Angle, Johnny Ace and a few others had caught wind of Brock's past using the Shooting Star Press as his full-time finisher during his time in OVW development. As their match was coming to a close at WrestleMania 19, Lesnar attempted the move, which led to him under-rotating and landing on his head. Fans gasped at the terrifying visual, with Brock out on his feet struggling to stand afterwards. Angle somehow led Lesnar to have him hit another F5 for the win in the main event of the biggest show of the year. Later, Lesnar would state he barely remembers the match at all, with doctors telling him if this had happened to anyone else, they may have died. Number 4. Owen Hart hits a piledriver on Stone Cold. Stone Cold Steve Austin had a career-altering injury during the hottest stint of his career to that point in WWE. The SummerSlam 1996 match between Stone Cold and Owen Hart was going well until Owen attempted a piledriver on Austin. Hart decided to attempt a tombstone version of the piledriver, but botched the move and accidentally dropped Austin directly on his neck for a truly scary moment. The referee checked on Austin barely moving as Owen taunted to keep the fans invested. Austin was able to force a difficult roll-up for the win, but his neck was never the same again. Austin would state that as soon as this happened he lost all feeling in his limbs for a short amount of time. This injury lingered and played the biggest role in his relatively young retirement in 2003. Number 3. Goldberg drops The Undertaker on his head. WWE's risk of having legends face each other while well past their prime for the Saudi Arabia shows have led to many horrible moments. The Undertaker and Goldberg having a dream match about 2 decades after fans wanted to see it turned into a horror show. Goldberg specifically had a rough night at the office, botching multiple times. At first he would suffer a concussion after accidentally spearing the ring post, but the worst moment came when he would drop The Undertaker nearly directly on his head and had fans scared into thinking a terrible injury had occurred. After the match, the look on The Undertaker's face told the story. WWE realised the match was so bad that they booked both Goldberg and Undertaker in other matches later that summer to rehab the negative images. Number 2. Sid's leg snaps. The end of WCW saw the show just coming off as depressing for both the performers and the fanbase. Sid Vicious witnessed the worst case scenario of this, during a match already failing badly against Scott Steiner, Jeff Jarrett and a Mystery Man. The moment of Sid going to the top rope was already surprising, but he landed horribly on his leg as it physically bent and snapped in a painful fashion. It was later revealed Sid hadn't been fully trained to perform the move he was trying to execute. Fans still cringe watching this botch back, as it was a shocking result that he was able to come back from this years later. Number 1. Droz lands on his neck. Perhaps the worst botch seen in all of wrestling history came at WWE SmackDown taping on October 5th, 1999 at the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island. D'Lo Brown faced off against Droz. However, during the match, D'Lo would go to execute a powerbomb from the turnbuckle. As both men went to perform the move, Droz would end up landing directly onto his neck, immediately going prone. The match would be stopped instantly and no footage besides Droz being taken out on a stretcher has ever been shown of the incident. D'Lo would later state that he lost his grip performing the move due to Droz's ring attire, resulting in this horrific botch. Droz is sadly still in a wheelchair to this day, but he has regained some movement in his arms and legs. Droz doesn't blame D'Lo for the incident, and the two are still friends to this day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more wrestling content.